Your search for positivity is over. You've just discovered something good.
As you open up the box, I wrote in there, the search is over, because it was over.
David Jones's search for something good just ended after 3 decades.
The gravity of what was just about to happen, the fulfillment of my whole big search was about to, bear fruit. I was about to go meet her.
He finally found his sister. They met for the first time in Florida. Kara Bailey said the connection was instant when David jumped out to surprise her.
Knowing him and, doing cute, funny things like that, it actually eased any emotion of my anxious nerves and excitement.
The pair talked for 6 hours about the search, about their families, and their future.
Me in my head, of course, I'm like, I want this to go on forever.
David's children are already calling her Aunt Kara.
I won't lie if I said I wasn't super nervous again because, I want all these people who are my new family to me to love me.
The love is there, and we're spreading more today. Stories from across the country about love and compassion that are all good to know.
Let's try something new. Let's be ahead of the curve. Let's be revolutionary. Let's take this opportunity. Let's make a positive situation out of it.
The words just poured into me. Only love.
It inspires a little bit of hope. It confers that hope, giving it forward, that somebody cared enough about you.
If I could make you think about the world a little bit different, make you smile, make you a little bit happier, my job is done.
It makes me feel like we're making a difference.
Are you just amazed?
I'm just amazed.
Hey, look at them that looks just like me doing something I never thought could happen. What could I do that no one ever thought was possible?
Hey everybody and welcome. This is Good to Know. I'm your host Lindsay Boach and we celebrate the positive, the uplifting, and today we're celebrating the message you are loved, and one California mom is spreading it in a very spectacular way.
All right, so here we go.
With just a little bit of planning.
The only thing that's predictable is the circle in the middle.
Sharon Belknap begins.
And then the rest of it is just organic shapes.
Watching her work is like seeing a dance unfold.
How they connect and interrelate to one another. The sounds of the ocean, the beauty of the water, a playfulness rises up in me.
Sharon, a graphic designer and illustrator, has done just a couple dozen of these sand mandalas.
And once I did it, and the expansiveness, the impermanence, the freedom, the tactile quality.
Sometimes solo, sometimes with friends, she brings extra rakes because people passing by often get inspired as she welcomes the collaboration. Dancing as she works, her whole body exudes joy.
It's restorative. It rekindles. There's a remembrance of playfulness that's innate.
Expressed on a canvas that will be washed away by the waves. That impermanence, freeing, she says, and healing.
My son, Chris Thompson, on 4th of July, I like to say he ascended.
The 28-year-old Valley Center firefighter died in an early morning crash this 4th of July. The next morning, inexplicably, Sharon says she woke up feeling joy.
Joy that I had this amazing soul, this amazing human being.
She came to her spot in Cardiff.
And the words just poured into me. Only love. And we have so many choices. And in that moment, I chose only love. And that doesn't mean I haven't felt all the spectrum.
The first person who walked over the bridge that morning took this picture of her, standing illuminated in the early sunlight.
I was not prepared for this. Who's prepared for this, to lose a child? But he's not lost. He is still so here.
He's in every drawing. The eyes, she adds, are Chris's.
Being out here, creating these, I often ask Christopher, what do you see, honey? And he says, Mom, I see you.
When this design is done, Sharon and her friends share a COVID-conscious butt hug, as she calls it, taking a moment to share it with Christopher and share its message with everyone who stops to take it in. You are loved.
In Michigan, 2 women have come up with a beautiful way to show women that they are loved, especially during these tough times.
Karen McDonald of Sterling Heights faced cancer through the life and death of her mother, Teresa, and days before she passed away.
I could just tell that her dignity was gone. And so I went home and made her kind of a makeshift wrap and brought it in on Christmas Day, put it around her patient gown, put some blush on her, and I saw the difference immediately. And just the old familiar smile that she used to have was back again. And I thought, you know what, one day I want to do this for others as well, for them to be able to maintain their dignity throughout, because that's all you have.
In the loss of her mom, Wrapped in Love was born. Karen created the company to give women stylish and comfortable clothes and accessories while going through chemo. Items that allow people to keep their individual identity and wear it with confidence and pride.
A lot of them still carry the scars and will the rest of their life.
But none of that should ever have to define you.
That's what Wrapped in Love is all about.
She's passionate about what she is doing. She really listens to people, to women, and we both are passionate about making a difference.
Lisa Lurie and Karen are friends, but more like kindred spirits, and their bond started from cancer.
She's really been a true mentor to me.
Lisa founded her business several years ago called Cancer Be Glammed, empowering women to recover with dignity, positive self-esteem, and your own personal style.
It really stemmed from my own personal experience with breast cancer. I was diagnosed in a very short period of time. I went into surgery 2 weeks later, and then chemotherapy. And here I am, a working, active mother with young kids. And all of a sudden I found myself bald, restless, bloated from steroids, with scars. And it's so overwhelming.
To go through such an emotional and physical transformation.
Women need to feel comfortable in their own skin again, and we have to help them get there.
So together this past summer, they conducted a survey. Nearly 900 women participated. They were asked what is needed and what is missing during treatment and recovery.
On a scale of 1 to 10, having access to appearance-related information and products, information about how to manage lifestyle issues, the survey really validated that this is such an important part of overall recovery.
We see it as an opportunity, actually, to get more retailers involved, online, offline, bricks and mortar. It's really an underserved market, and a lot of people don't even know some of these items exist.
And they should. They must. Right now, there are more than 8 million survivors or women in treatment across the country.
I'm an 11-year survivor, determined. For me, and I think for Karen too, it's a movement. You know, we like to say that there's a fashion revolution going on, but it's not on the catwalk. It's behind the scenes with survivors who really recognize that emotional support and recovery for the physical issues like appearance-related challenges and rebuilding your self-esteem are so important, and we are going to pave the way to change that narrative for women.
That's what it's all about, people helping people that have been through it before.
There's so much more that's good to know. We're spreading the love with lasagna.
I think it's a very different message that we send when we put our heart, we put our soul, we put our time into providing a home-cooked meal from somebody.
This recipe for kindness is good to know.